Hey friends, welcome all to the Stars of Learning show, and I'm your host Jyoti Ji. And you know that, right? Each fortnight I interview the thought leaders in the learning industry who will share their best practices in the learning and development or in the talent development. We will be discussing the challenges, solutions, latest trends, tools, technology, leadership, and their journey in the learning field. So, friends, today I'm super excited for this show. I'm not sure if you know that, around the world, more than 3 million men and women of all ages, okay, and all kinds of occupations have benefited from the learn by doing training. And thousands of corporations, community groups, universities, associations, government agencies also use this platform to train their employees because it's cost effective and it is fun and it is practice by doing it. So my question to you, team, or to all my listeners: do you need to improve your communication, your public speaking, or leadership skills, or are you keen to build a better version of yourself? And that's the need of the hour, right? Whether you're going to hope to land that big promotion, or you simply want to feel more confident moving up the ladder, or while communicating with your coworkers. It's just not limiting to your coworkers also, right? In any of the relationship also, uh, communication plays a vital role. And if you have said yes to any of these questions, then Toastmasters can help teach that kind of a skills you need. So, friends, put your gears on, as this podcast is for you to listen all about Toastmasters' secret, empowering communication and leadership skills. As we are talking to Kavitha Prakash, District Toastmaster. She's a corporate trainer, entrepreneur, soft skill trainer. She's a functional English trainer plus a program director for Oasiz Eventz. I've known her for last 7 years, and with her 14 plus years of experience, she has completed 20K, more than that, hours of training as an independent trainer. And she has touched the lives of over 1 lakh people by sowing the seeds of thoughts in their minds about these learning. Okay. And Kavitha Kapsools is a signature brand across corporate schools and colleges and other industries she is associated with. She is also a distinguished Toastmaster who has received highest award from Toastmasters International USA, plus Outstanding Contributor Award from Toastmaster District 92. And there is a huge list of her accolades in her profile, friends. I can't wait more, but much excited to call her onto this show. Kavitha, a very warm welcome to Stars of Learning podcast.
Thank you so much, Jyoti. It's a pleasure to be here. It's nice to get back to a friend whom we met in one of the trainings.
Right. Yes. So that's the power of networking, right? So feeling very excited to have you on this show, Kavitha. And it was also, we are also associated, right, in LinkedIn and other platforms, social platforms. I see you. It was so incredible to see you and receiving so many awards, so many comments. It was so inspiring for me to look at and read that the kind of accomplishment you have had, especially in the Toastmasters segment. So I'm actually excited and curious to know, why Toastmasters.
Okay. You want the figures and numbers first, or the core or the heart of it?
You decide. You are the expert there. So
Okay. So for me, figures and numbers can be seen on the website. We can always check out. Like
right.
there are 3 lakh members and 16,000 clubs and things like that. What to me is Toastmasters is something that I'm going to talk about. Um, so human beings need some kind of an appreciation. It's a basic human need. And when that's
True.
denied, people feel insecure and certain fears creep in. Public speaking is one such. I mean, the fear of public speaking is one such.
Right.
Um, all our experiences say that, whether it was in school or college or among peers or even at the workplace, there is some inhibition or a fear to express ourselves, though it is essential and a critical piece of our very existence. At Toastmasters, we provide a very conducive environment, a friendly environment for all of us to progress and come on stage and experiment different ways of public speaking. That is very close to my heart. In fact, Toastmasters is therapy for me. And I always say the stage is my habitat. Public speaking is my marijuana. And where do I find it? In Toastmasters.
Interesting.
So that's what it is.
Interesting. And that surely built the curiosity to let me know deeper into Toastmasters. So, what is Toastmasters, Kavitha? And what does Toastmasters do there?
Yeah. So, Toastmasters is an organization, it's an international organization spread across 164 countries. And we operate by having clubs in different places or units or cities or whatever. Bangalore alone has about 300 Toastmasters clubs, and District 121 of Toastmasters International is spread across Bangalore, Mangalore, Mysore, and Kerala.
Okay.
So across this region, we have about 250 clubs, and every week we meet in our own club and we conduct regular structured meetings. Each member takes up roles in the meeting. There are about 10 roles which are standard across every meeting, and each role has a designated script, and you can explore and experiment. It is just a framework that the script is given. And each meeting runs for about 1.5 to 2 hours and has 3 segments. The first segment is the prepared speaking segment. The second segment is the impromptu speaking segment. And the third segment is the heart of Toastmasters, is the evaluation segment.
Okay.
So in the prepared speaking segment, there are members who have prepared for the Toastmasters curriculum called Pathways. And there are 5 levels in it. We prepare our speech projects and come to the club and take the stage and deliver those speeches with various objectives. The second section, which is the impromptu section, is like the, you pick a topic. There's a Toastmaster who gives you topics, and it's to motivate everyone to think on their feet. We talk about various things for about 2 minutes. The third segment is an evaluation segment. There's a general evaluator who evaluates the entire meeting from start to end. And there are also individual evaluators who evaluate the prepared speakers who delivered their prepared speech projects. We also have roles like the timer, the hour counter, and the grammarian. There is also a listening master, there can be a joke master, and various other roles. So all this put together, this is a wonderful combination. It has a mix of opportunities for novice speakers to accomplished speakers. So each one comes on stage and shares their skill of public speaking. And this is a learning platform to practice public speaking, communication, and leadership skills. Right. So this is just an overview of Toastmasters.
Oh, interesting. And that's really insightful, the way, you break that into 3 segments and 3 hours. It's a complete package which talks about, preparedness to impromptu to evaluation. So that fear and inhibition is what we spoke about, right? And our very existence is, we bring that along with that. And you did mention about the public speaking, and putting your content together for this kind of a platform, and speaking out is itself a game changer to begin. I know you have mastered it and have won, coveted championship in speech context. So what is your tips to my audience when putting the content and speaking out?
Okay. So in Toastmasters, we have a mentor-mentee setup,
Okay.
right? And there are also some ready-made scripts for meeting role taking. Um, so we perform our roles in the meeting and we take up roles. That is, we come on stage and speak. Some are
Okay.
prepared, some are designated, and some are totally based on your creativity and experimentation.
Okay.
The other one is the club officers roles,
Mm-hmm.
where we actually look at the functioning of the entire club, right?
Okay.
So this is the leadership development part. So both of them go hand in hand, and everyone has an equal opportunity. There is no set, standard, rigid hierarchy here.
Okay.
Each one is based on the responsibilities that is assigned to that role.
Okay. Interesting. In fact, that motivates people to take up with no
Yes,
hierarchy. Yeah. So,
correct. So when you asked me what is the secret of preparing content,
mm,
so we write the script. The very first speech is the icebreaker speech, which is a self-introduction,
mm,
right? So before that, you take up other meeting roles, and then when you think you're prepared enough to talk about yourself, there is enough content and resources on the toastmasters.org website. You
mm,
can access it once you become a member, and
okay.
there are a lot of templates which gives you guidelines and objectives, and you prepare your own content. You write down and you show it to a mentor, and that's the
Okay.
content part. The mentor also helps you with the delivery, as to fine tuning how the delivery can be better on
Oh,
stage.
nice, nice. I think this is the first part. I think, Kavitha, many people struggle with giving a introduction of self, and you said that as a icebreaker. So, any quick tips on, uh, how to make that impact? Because, your first impression will be a last impression, so which will last for long. So we have to make that correct.
Okay. So the icebreaker is a speech which is for 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
And so we generally, kind of pack different structures to it.
Mm,
Okay. So we generally follow the timeline method. Like you can start from when you were born to your current, living existence.
okay.
Or you can just highlight something from your school and college, or
Mm,
you can talk with the perspective of how you went along with your friends or family, or you can make it a combination of all that. And the idea is to have a balance of both your you know interesting and maybe not so interesting things in your life.
together.
So
Oh,
it is
okay.
just to present a whole perspective or your personality totally.
Okay.
And so we script it, practice it, and then deliver it for 5 to 7 minutes.
Okay.
Uh, right. So
And
we also
that.
use various elements like humor, body language, stage usage, vocal variety, and all that, which
Okay.
brings a specialness to the delivery. Because when I
Mm,
conduct interviews for some companies,
mm,
I'm also a corporate trainer.
okay.
I see that um, people are very hesitant or they haven't prepared at all, and they
Mm,
cannot give their introduction, which runs through at least a minute and a
true.
half.
True.
Right. So this speech project actually helps them to gather all the content about themselves, put themselves in interesting lines,
Mm,
and share about it.
nice. Nice.
So pick all the interesting things from your life and then pack it in your icebreaker.
Yes, yes. In fact, you told a lot of things that, humor, facts, voice also makes a impact, how you present it, your body language, everything. So it's a complete package. I get that. And I think you have worked with lakhs of people there and through your transformative soft skill program also. And you are consistently bringing up that one of the skill is public speaking. And public speaking means, that there will be butterflies. I think even a prepared person also goes through these butterflies, right? So if you can just give us a snippet, like, what are the core skills required to master the public speaking?
Okay. First of all, it's good to have butterflies because it helps you to perform better. Right.
Okay.
We call it as good stress, that is EU stress, EU stress.
Okay.
So it is a booster for preparing well. If you're anxious about something, you put in more effort, right?
True. True.
Yeah. So how to prepare and okay, what was your question?
On the public speaking, what's the core skills individuals require?
Okay, the core skills, right? Yeah. The number one skill is accepting your fear, embracing your fear. And this is not just a one-time thing that we do. So you have enough opportunities to acclimatize to the audience, acclimatize to the stage, and also embrace the fear. You will have a couple of rehearsals that you do before. You prepare well. Your content is ready. You have actually practiced and rehearsed, your delivery. And you come week on stage, and you make friends with the audience by looking at them, and also off the stage, right?
Okay.
So when there are familiar people with you, like we feel very comfortable when your friends are around, when your family is around. People do say that, right?
Right.
When I'm speaking with my friends, ma'am, I'm very comfortable. When I
Yeah.
have to go on stage and look at everyone, I'd go totally blank. The very common thing that we hear.
True.
So
True.
the idea is to first accept that it is okay and good to have stress and start getting prepared. Number two. The third
Okay.
one is making friends with the audience. All
Hmm.
this can happen in Toastmasters.
Hmm. Nice, nice. So now that, good to have butterflies is nice to know that. Definitely a stress buster. So, but then, I heard a lot, from many of them who are part of the Toast Masters, and they've actually overcome that fear of public speaking because of that kind of a structure and the platform, and the gamut of mentorship you have there. But then how did you master this skill, Kavitha?
Okay. Well, even before I joined, I was already in the public speaking arena. I had been an established corporate trainer, and
Good.
I was my forte was also presentation skills and teaching public speaking in corporates. Besides doing a lot of communication skills and other soft skills modules.
Okay.
Well, this was one thing that was there on my bucket list for a long time. And when I realized Infosys Toastmasters has this, I went and explored and immediately wanted to become a member. So then I found out that Mysore Toastmasters is a community club, and I can get my membership there in the community club, because corporate clubs and in college clubs have membership open only to their employees.
Right.
So it's been 7 years now, and I uh, have given almost about 100 speeches with enough preparation, with the help of various mentors across the world, right?
Okay.
So this gave me a lot of confidence and also helped me to structure and bring in a lot of impact in the way I was also delivering my programs. I was used to speaking from 9 to 4, almost the entire 5-6 hours in my corporate trainings. But here, speaking for 5 to 7 minutes was a big challenge. So with the help of my mentors, I practiced all that, and now I was able to complete different projects and
Okay.
get enough scope and lot of learning. And I
Mm.
was also able to visit, at least about uh, 50 to 100 corporates in Bangalore and at, in different parts of the world.
Okay.
So whenever I went for trainings or conferences abroad, I made
Mm.
sure that I attended some meetings over there and made friends with them.
Mm.
And so that gave me a very, very, very big spectrum of understanding public speaking.
Mm.
And I think this helped me. I may be called a master, I may not be called a master, but still, I have a lifelong learning journey. And
Mm.
that's happened with Toastmasters.
Mm-hmm. Right. I think I resonate with what you're saying. Being part of L&D, it's a lifelong learning and it's a continuous learning, right? So with that note, Kavitha, you have achieved highest education award from Toastmasters. I think for your effort and accomplishment, doing a lot of projects with helping people in Toastmaster. So, what's in it for me or for my listeners if they are planning to get into Toastmaster?
Uh, okay. So this is one platform that you all should definitely try out. So about the Distinguished Toastmaster, this is the highest award that Toastmasters International gives to people or members who have completed different criteria.
Hmm.
And I have done this 2 times over,
Okay.
and I'm on my third Distinguished Toastmaster journey.
Wow.
So there are certain criteria for us to get this award. We have to complete uh, uh, about 50 speeches, okay,
Hmm.
based on different topics and different objectives. So there could be objectives as fundamental as using your body language on stage
Okay.
and using vocal variety on stage, or doing a panel discussion, or
Hmm.
conducting a press meet for a company.
Hmm.
And it can also be just shooting a video, your social media presence. How did you organize yourselves? How did you actually build up your social media presence? So these are
Okay.
all very interesting objectives. I don't think I
Hmm.
would have actually worked on a lot of these objectives if I was
Hmm.
not a Toastmaster.
Hmm.
Well, and besides this, we also have to build the Toastmasters community
Hmm.
by mentoring a number of people.
Hmm.
So we have a mentorship program in place, and then there is about chartering a club. You sponsor a club, you mentor a club, you become a coach for a club, you help its members to sustain their clubs. And then
Hmm.
you have a distinguished Toastmaster project, which is a little huge. And then you have the high performance leadership projects.
Okay.
So I used my professional space and
Hmm.
used them as speeches.
Hmm.
Okay. So I had to share all my experiences from the learnings that I got from these projects. So that is
Hmm.
what my speech projects were all about: sharing your personal experiences, professional experiences, or even something that you have done for the community.
Hmm.
Or maybe you met a celebrity or a not so celebrity, but someone who has achieved a lot, and you actually learn from their journey. You can speak about all that as speech projects here.
Wow.
So everything put together, becomes a distinguished Toastmasters project.
Hmm. It's a
And
robust one.
so you submit it, and then you are conferred the award.
Oh, okay. So loads, it's loads of objectives part of this
Yes.
accomplishment. I'm sure there is a lot of effort and commitment gone behind this. And that's how you're able to touch more than 1 lakh people for your valuable contribution in the field of public speaking and also in their transformation, right? Because you've been a coach, mentor, you're chartering the club, you're handling multiple projects. So give us some insights, Kavitha. What has been your strategy in leveling up? Once you're a master there, but you are also leveling up. How do you do that?
Okay. This is actually a blessing in disguise in Toastmasters.
Okay.
You come and speak on stage, and there's an evaluator who tells you what went well for you and what you could have done better to, upskill or upscale or level up, whatever you want to call it as.
Right.
Besides that, we also have mentors who also tell how to level up. So
Okay.
the first thing is you listen to people, you learn to listen to people, which is the most important ingredient of good communication. The
Okay.
second one is accepting feedback from people, right? So when they tell you that, okay, if you, instead of standing in one place, if you had stood at different places to demarcate your different experiences, it would have been more impactful.
Okay.
So we implement that and probably see better results in our further speeches,
Okay.
right? So one is mentoring, the other one is the very structure of the meeting, which is evaluation. It's a very good formula and a combination that works well. And
Yes.
that's a tip that I want to give to people. It helps you to open up to feedback, and it also develops your listening skills.
True. True. Very true. So definitely you have mastered getting insights from the mentor and all that. But what were some of your own challenges, Kavitha, walking this path?
My own challenges. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, I did have hundreds of butterflies in my stomach when I had to go to stage. And so it was not just a joke coming on stage. And especially when I explored visiting different clubs, I did not know the audience at all. And I would not know how this content would be taken. But still, in Toastmasters, there's such a conducive, friendly environment. They all make you feel so comfortable, and they appreciate what went well. And then they also tell you, if you can do this instead of this, it can help you. So there's never like anyone who's telling you, no, this is not nice, or this doesn't work. And what are you talking? And there are no judgmental statements or expressions from any of the, Toastmasters there. So they're always looking at helping you to improve, and each one does it for the other. So I have actually milked a lot of benefits from the Toastmasters fraternity. I have friends across the globe who do this for me, and that's the secret.
Nice. So Kavitha, you laid out the culture very well about Toastmasters, how they equip the individuals. But then, I just want to understand how can one learn and grow being part of this club, because not yes, you did say the platform is for novice and advanced speakers, but then some may be introverts, some may be extrovert, and they can be flamboyant getting on stage, and they can master the art on a faster track, but there could be fast and slow learners also. So how does Toastmasters handle all of these?
Okay, yeah. So when you work in a corporate, there are deadlines, there are high stakes involved, and that creates some anxiety, and you have some issues meeting those deadlines or getting your
True.
work done and all that. Right? That
Yes.
affects our productivity and all that. But in Toastmasters, it is a self-paced learning program. So you go at your pace. You
Yeah.
conquer each of the elements. You try to understand and experiment each of the elements. And, veteran mentors will be there to help you. And they understand that it's always different strokes for different folks. One formula over the counter doesn't work for everyone. So there's a lot of personal touch also when you're interacting with your mentors. And in a corporate club, I'll just tell you how it works.
So it is actually a very good setup for them to bond away from work,
Right.
right? So at work meetings, they only speak about work, their plan, execution, and updating, and all that, right?
True.
Or knowledge, whatever it is. All our meetings in a corporate space circle around these elements.
Right.
But in a Toastmasters meeting, you can speak about any topic. So
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
actually bring out what you are as a personality,
Right. Right.
right?
And you
So
gel
this
with
is
different audience also there.
correct.
Yeah.
And when you become a member of one club, you can attend the meetings of any club anywhere in the world as a guest.
Hmm.
I have
Hmm.
attended meetings from China, Australia, South Korea,
Okay.
Japan, and many clubs in the US, from Nepal, Pakistan, and all that.
Okay.
It
Nice.
actually opens up a whole lot of perspectives for you. You
Right.
understand what their culture is, what they think about from their speeches and projects, and you
Hmm.
interact personally with the members, just like how you and I are talking to each other like
Hmm.
friends.
Right.
Yeah. So we interact with each other. So that
Nice.
sets a very beautiful context for us to
Hmm.
improve on our interactive
Hmm.
skills. It makes us feel easy.
Hmm.
And when you're meeting hundreds of people, there might be at least two or three people who strike a chord with you.
Hmm.
So they will still help you in your Toastmasters journey or your speaking journey.
Nice.
And I think whatever kind of person you are, you will still find a couple of friends who will stay for a lifetime in Toastmasters.
Mm, nice. Kavitha, I know that, this is a place to explore and experiment. And what I loudly hear that it's all about, the techniques and framework, which is already scripted, which helps us to enhance. Is there anything about communication and leadership skills that you feel that you yourself have not mastered it yet? The reason I ask you, because you are a distinguished speaker already at Toastmasters at a international level, but there could be something which is still needs that you need to master.
Okay. Um, so there are 11 paths in the Pathways journey of Toastmasters International.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So one is about visionary communication. The other one is presentation mastery, coaching
Hmm.
mastery,
Hmm.
engaging humor, and innovative planning,
Hmm.
persuasive influence, right?
Hmm.
So there are various paths, and you have to complete two paths with 5 levels each
Okay.
to apply for your Distinguished Toastmaster Award.
Okay.
So far, I have explored 5 of these paths.
Okay.
Okay. So I just explained and named out, called out all the paths that I have accomplished.
Oh,
And
nice.
that means I still have another 6 to go. I
Right,
have to
right.
explore and experiment myself
Mm-hmm.
in various other aspects of public speaking.
Mm.
So every
Interesting.
situation is opportunity for public speaking,
True, true. And
right? So I am still a learner in
mm,
that way, and even after you become distinguished Toastmaster, you can still get back to becoming a distinguished Toastmaster again and again and again and again.
nice. So,
I
so,
know Toastmasters have been here for 25 years,
oh,
and they have been distinguished Toastmasters 6 times over.
wow,
The
amazing.
journey itself is evolving, very
Mm,
contemporaneous. I'll just tell
mm,
you this.
mm,
The education curriculum in Toastmasters has evolved over the time, and
okay.
how it was structured, how it was formulated, how the resources are provided, how the content is developed is
Mm,
becoming very, very contemporary.
mm,
It
nice.
relates to what you need as a speaker today.
Okay. And
And it's
yeah.
very futuristic also.
Yes. And
So there is
that's
a
where you
lot
are
for
able
me
to
to do.
master the skill, I think. Interesting. So Kavitha, yes, you talked about 11 paths and, a lot of things which we can accomplish being part of the journey and learn at every stage on, as a public speaker, communication plays a vital role. So you have been part of lot of clubs, lot of corporate institution. So what's your input for the corporates or the organizations who are planning to build a culture of communication skills with employees?
Okay. Um, so I'll tell you a couple of things. You will find a Toastmasters club in almost all corporates across the world, right?
Mm.
So which corporates have this corporate clubs? Apple, Amazon, Ford Motors, General Electric, JP Morgan, Northrop, Pfizer,
Yeah,
all the top companies from the Fortune 100 list.
right.
Uh, yeah. So you can attend any meeting and you can develop. Right? It's a great one for networking. And how do companies benefit from Toastmasters?
Mm. Yeah, that's
Right?
important.
There is enough resources on how to run a Toastmasters club, and it's a very good, like I told you earlier, it's a good place to bond off the network of your work grid,
Mm-hmm.
even within the company or outside the company, right?
Okay.
And it gives you exposure to various aspects,
Mm.
uh, life aspect. So people become better and more productive uh, by being able to express themselves, where this provides an opportunity to express themselves, right?
Mm.
So eventually, the companies themselves build a very good work culture, which is very democratic, expressive, open,
Mm.
highly productive, and people actually going out of their way to help each other.
Mm.
And in Toastmasters, we have the kind of work demo, the member demographics that we have here.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who are students. There are people who are in the public domain,
Mm.
not in the corporate domain, I mean. And there are people
Okay.
who are in the corporate domain. There are people who have just joined a job. There are people who have 10 years into a job. There are people who are CEOs and CFOs,
Mm.
people who are founders of different companies, uh, right? So that's the exposure that we get here. So you can pick
Okay.
and choose and connect with anyone whom you want to connect.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, yeah. Most of them will definitely help you. They'll listen to you. They'll give you some tips and tricks and hacks on
Mm-hmm.
how to counter and muster your resources and do a better job. So all this will help employees, and
Okay.
it will build a very good community for learning.
Mm-hmm.
I think every company must take this initiative, not just these big corporates that I mentioned, but every other company that we have should have this for the employees.
Mm. Definitely. I think the kind of a value add it brings, expressing themselves, being productive, open, and you did say contribute, collaborate, and connect with the larger audience apart, limiting themselves within the project themselves. I think it would be of an immense value. Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, all these questions, links, resources which we have discussed in this episode, I'll make this available in my show notes page of my podcast, Stars of Learning, and also on my website, prajvitaknowledge.com. That is PRAJVITA knowledge.com. Do check the description box. Thank you so much, Kavitha, for being on this show. And it was amazing learning, understanding about the Toastmasters, and glad we discussed this topic because the kind of a structure you're put in, people are able to resonate. I'm able to resonate on the core and the heart of Toastmasters and how you can master being there, and loads of things I've learned from the conversation, how it will help from novice to advanced speakers to the segment part, the three important segment which you spoke about. I like the most important part is the evaluation and the mentorship, where the feedbacks which helps us to do that correction, and the kind of the document, the course material which is getting evolved, which is dynamic to the current scenarios, which is really motivating to be part of Toastmasters. And the roles and responsibilities, the entire role, how it is defined, including the mentor and menteeship and the script thing, and preparedness and the impromptu part, and with lots of objectives, right? How you can, from different levels, how you can gear up and shift your gear to be a leadership level. So gamut of insight, I think definitely it's a self-paced, which we can learn on our track, how fast or slow we want to take up the race here. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for sharing all these insights, Kavitha.
Thank you, Jyoti. So two things I just want to add to this. There are international contests happening from the club level to the inter-club and division and area levels, like in the international speech contest or an impromptu speech contest. And the second thing is the conferences, the annual conferences that we conduct, which brings together about 800 people at the venue. And it's a great opportunity to network. We have education sessions. We have great speakers, accomplished speakers from different fields who have helped the community and who have had great achievements. There are TED speakers who come to us, non-TED speakers who are equally proficient, and we meet them all at the conferences. We also have a lot of masti over there.
Nice.
I just want to make this clear to all the audiences on your podcast, especially from the HR fraternity or the L&D fraternity of corporates, that this is a whole world of its own, which is an initiative that they can take to help their employees grow and become very productive. It helps in improving communication skills and also leadership skills. It's all about taking initiative, being proactive, and doing things, learning how to do things and all that. So if any of the corporates or the HR leads are interested to know more about Toastmasters, please contact me. My phone number is 9513849605. You can also connect with me on mail, which Jyoti will share. And then if you want to charter a club in your company, no matter how many employees you have, if you have about 20, 30, 40, 100,000 employees, you can still charter a club. And please connect with me. I can help you to build your club, to charter your club. We can sponsor your club. And we will tell you how to make it functional and very sustainable. So I'm here to help you out. Please connect with me.
Wow, that's an amazing opportunity given by Kavitha. So a big shout out to all the organizations to grab this opportunity and reach out to Kavitha for all these offering and sponsorship and getting in more insights on why and how to run this Toastmasters. And I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So definitely you will see value in it. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed this conversation with Kavitha, and if you've got any learnings or motivated hearing to her, then please do tag Kavitha and myself on any of the social handles which you operate, and do let us know what you have learned, as this will help many others to engage, enlighten, and empower. And that's the mission of my podcast. I'm always grateful to all my lovely listeners who tunes in and listens, subscribes, and leave a review on iTunes. If you have not done that yet, that would mean a world to me. So please head over to iTunes or YouTube or any tab you are using and take a minute to write to us. It will help our podcast to grow. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Bye for now. Take good care of yourself. Be safe and do something engaging, enlightening, and empowering. Thank you.